Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about CSS selectors. So at the end of this session, you will be able to understand the concept of CSS selectors, difference between various types of selectors, apply selectors to style HTML elements, choose the appropriate selector for different web development scenarios. First, let's see what is CSS selectors. CSS selectors is the first part of CSS rule. We have seen in a previous video. That is first rule, selector, curly braces, property, colon, value, semicolon, close braces. So that is, CSS selector is the first part of CSS rule. It is used to select HTML elements that need to be styled. CSS provides several types of selectors like element selector, ID selector, class selector, universal selector, attribute selector, group selector, descendant selector, child selector, sibling selector. Let's see it one by one. The first one is called as element selector. Element selector selects HTML elements based on their tag name itself. For example, the syntax given here as in .css file, we have P. The reference P is a HTML element that is used for creating paragraph. So in this example, every paragraph element will receive the same style. No need to specify any class or ID. So this style is applicable for paragraphs, headings, tables, images using one CSS rule. Next one is called as CSS ID selector. ID selector styles a single unique element that is uses the ID attribute. Each ID should be unique within a web page and it begins with the hash symbol. Syntax for this one, left hand side you can see that hash paragraph, that is PAR1. So inside the PAR1, the property and values are color in red color, text alignment are in center. Then paragraph 2 that is given as color and blue. The advantage of using this ID selector, it targets only the specific element and it uses unique selections like header, footer, and navigation. So ID should not be repeated in the same HTML page. So once you used, it never repeated. For example, how to declare in our body section, wherever it is required, go to the paragraph followed by ID equal to para1. It means when the compiler reads this, it directly move to paragraph 1 and it considers all the contents inside this paragraph under para 1 as red color and center. Like this, it prints. The third type of selector is called as a class selector. It styles one or more HTML elements that share the same class. It uses class attribute and begins with period symbol, that is dot. For example, in header section, in head class means all the colors and all the text in color and text alignment. Welcome to my page will be appeared in this case. Then section 1 2 it is created in a paragraph line. It is very similar to our internal CSS. Then another one is universal selector. It's a very common one. It is used to select every HTML element on the page. For example, here we can use the asterisk symbol as the represents universal selector. For example, under this asterisk, color, text align, background color, everything we can include it in a single declaration. So third one is attribute selector. It selects elements based on the presence or value of an attribute. For example, the HTML code input type equal to text. Now I want to create CSS code for this one. When I am giving input in a text box, I have to make the text content in blue and the background color of this particular text box as a yellow and the size of font in 25 pixel. So for this particular text box alone, I can create the CSS code in a separate file that is called as attribute. So where we can use this CSS attribute selector means login forms, registration forms, search boxes and all, we can use this attribute selector. Next one is group selector. It is very simple one. It is used to merge same style to multiple elements. For example, H1, H2, P and all, we are having the same type of property and values. So we can group together and to reduce the number of lines like this. So H1 comma H2 comma P followed by we can use the same property and values for these HTML elements. Then next one is called as a descendant selector. Descendant selector selects elements that are inside another element and it uses space between selectors. Here you can see that division, then selector P, background color is colon as yellow. In this coding, we have written paragraph P1, paragraph P2, then in the division 1, all comes under the first 3 lines are comes under this division tag. For the division tag alone, we have created the background color as L. For the remaining paragraph 4 and 5, it is not comes under the part of division. Then you can see the right hand side, the display screen, output screen. First 3 alone marked as yellow. The remaining 2 are not a part of division. So it, by default, it prints in black color. Then child selector, it specifies selects only the immediate children of an element. So how to write this? Div greater than P, background color is yellow, then division paragraph 1, paragraph 2, then immediate child from this one under the section. It is not under the paragraph P, so it is come to under the section. Then another paragraph 4, 5 will be displayed normally. The 1 and 2 will be displayed in the yellow color. Then adjacent sibling selector selects the element immediately following another element. For example, after this division, what we are using, that immediate follower will be in this CSS proper, following the CSS property and value. Here you can see that paragraph 1 and 2 is part of division, but it is not mentioned in the sibling selector. Only after this plus 1, that particular line alone will be highlighted. Then general sibling selector. So wherever it is required, you can go with this general sibling. That means selects all sibling elements that follow a specified element. Wherever you are specifying it, that alone. For example, paragraph 3, it is paragraph used after the division and also for the paragraph 4. So in this, we have discussed about the different types of CSS selectors. The comparison of CSS selectors. First one is element selector. It all selects all elements of a tag. ID selector, one unique element. Class selector, multiple elements with same class. Then universal selector, every element it selects. Attribute, it selects elements with a specified attribute. Group selector, multiple selectors together. Descendant, elements inside another element. Child selector selects immediate child elements. Adjacent sibling selects immediate next sibling. General sibling selects all following siblings. So what are the real-time applications? Styling website navigation bars, formatting login and registration forms, applying consistent styles across multiple pages, designing product listing and dashboards, creating responsive web references. Thank you.